I am live from Madrid, Spain. It is 1:30 a.m. here. So if you guys wondering why I look like crap, that's why. I spent a full day walking around, enjoying Madrid. It was amazing. This is my third day. One more day tomorrow, and then I'm flying back to Sacramento. And after that, after about another week, I'm flying most likely to Vietnam to check out VinFast. No, I was here, still am, in Madrid to check out Nissan's Ariya and to drive it. We drove it on a racetrack, Formula One racetrack, which is interesting to drive an electric SUV on a racetrack. Got to check out a couple of other things. All of these adventures, by the way, they are all on my Instagram and my community tab. But the most of the pictures that I post, like from every single day, you go to my Instagram stories, and that's where they're all at. I try to post 2 pictures a day on the community tab on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else. But like the most pictures, like 10 or a dozen of them, you can go to my Instagram. I'm at E4Electric everywhere. So let me tell you a little bit about the Aria test drive. I will include it in my Sunday video at the end of this week, but just kind of little things here and there, and a little bit about Madrid, and then I will take some questions from you. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last. I don't know how long my neighbors in my hotel room are going to take me talking loudly through these thin walls at 1:30 in the morning. But we'll find out, and we're going to start. All right, welcome to E4 Electric live at 1:30 in the morning right here in Madrid. Let me know where you guys watching me from and what kind of EV you're driving. And if you're not, then what kind of EV you're thinking about buying. I'm definitely interested in all of this, and we're going to start with, okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the Nissan Ariya. One, looks amazing in person, just like they do in pictures. There were 2 colors there. One was essentially black, even though it was a really, really, really dark green. And the two-tone, the gold/black one. Both look amazing. I think the strength of this car is the look. I think it's really hard to make an SUV look great, and ID4 is a good example, but Ariya is absolutely amazing. So that's number one. Number two, they're coming in the next few months. They'll start production. They're coming to the US and really around the world. They're gonna sell them by the end of the year. About a year late. Too late. Well, I wouldn't say too late, but late, because the Mustang Mach-E, the ID4, there's so many crossovers are out there, so they will have to kind of try to win back some of the market. But it's just like I said, now it's going to be priced starting at around $40,000 for a smaller battery that will probably get you 220 EPA rated miles. But good price. Nissan will probably run out of federal tax credits here in the US in another year or so. So try to get them as fast as you can. They've already announced pricing for like a bigger battery or more stepped up trims, and that starts with I think $46,000. You can find it all out on their website. They're taking reservations for everything except for around $40,000 trim. So the pricing I think is a strength, and the looks I think is a strength. Now inside it's actually impressively well made for Nissan. I kind of expected, Nissan Leaf kind of a, well done, but still kind of, on the budget type of a dashboard. But I gotta tell you, this one definitely looks good, and there are quite a few interesting features there that I will outline in my video on Sunday that I think are, they didn't have to put them in there, but they did. It's got a head-up display. It's got very interesting kind of almost I guess a lot of companies do that kind of like continuous display that kind of extends from your I always forget the name of the display behind your wheel. Help me out here, guys. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but you know what I mean. So you can look at the pictures and see what I mean. But I will do a little bit more of a comprehensive review. Now, another cool thing is that I got to hang out with Tom Malogny, the contributor to this channel, on weekly basis. Me and Tom don't get to see each other in person much, especially during COVID. This is really like second or third time I get to see him in 2 years, even though we talk to each other like almost every other day. That was great to see. I posted that picture everywhere on all of my social media, so check that out. And there will be one more that I'll post in the future. Um, and I got to see some other people that I haven't seen in a while. Dan from What's Inside was there. Zach from Jerry Rig Everything was there. Roman from TFL. All of those guys I interviewed, and I'm going to have a little bit of their opinion about the car in my kind of a montage collage of clips from the event. Now, there was no big news. There was nothing that I would be like, wow, this is something new we haven't seen before. Oops, almost destroyed my mic. So, it will be kind of probably a quick segment. For now, it looks like it's a top story, but I'm sure others will come up because I think it's only Tuesday. Well, really Wednesday, right? Uh, yeah, no, it's still Tuesday over there. It's already Wednesday here. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Like I said, the city is amazing. We got on the first day we got to tour, all the touristy places. That's why you've seen all those touristy pictures, and we had great. Like I think someone was asking about how the tapas are here. We tried everything, not just tapas. I tried McDonald's because I can't eat McDonald's in the States because I'm gluten free. Here, gluten is not that bad, and I love McDonald's. I know. And I love chocolate croissants, so I've been kind of stuffing myself. I mean, I'm right now so full, I'm disgusted with myself, which was kind of the goal for me to just feel that way at the end of the day. Um, is there a media embargo on new Nissan Ariya? Well, so media embargo means we can't talk about our impressions of driving it, which ended today. But I'm still going to talk a little bit more about it in my show on Sunday. And then somebody asked about tapas. Sorry, I kind of missed that one. But anyway, somebody asked, and tapas. Most of the places we ate were really awesome, and some were just average. Unlike in Austin, where the best food I ate was average. So that's definitely not that's not a bad a change for my belly and for my taste buds. Now I will have to work off a bit of a belly and a weight when I get home. Oh yeah, so here's was a question I was looking for that I kind of couldn't find before. Eric says, "Let's go Red Wings." Absolutely. We just went through a trade deadline and we lost 3 players, which okay. Arnie asking me a question. Alex, are you still sober at this late hour? Absolutely, I am, because simply I don't drink alcohol. Never liked it. I tried all kinds of alcohol. Even recently, I tried drinking maybe a little bit of red wine because I'm in my 40s and I know it's good for your like stress relief and good for your heart. Can't stand the taste. Can't stand the way it burns my insides. And also, I wouldn't want to not remember things that I do. So yeah, I don't drink at all. But I tried all kinds of cool drinks here, and I like it. Roger M says that TFL already posted their Aria review. I will definitely check it out. Yeah, the interior, but just like I said, there was no news. We all saw the interior. We all knew about the pricing. We all knew about this car for a while. Oh, and there was a huge soccer match down the street. Real Madrid played Barcelona, which one of the biggest rivalries in soccer, one of the best teams in soccer. It was literally 10 minutes down the street from me, but fortunately for me, I didn't go because I just don't like watching soccer. I play soccer every week, twice a week actually, indoor soccer, but I can't stand watching those adult men who just fall down for no reason and scream for their mummies and red cards. I just can't do that. Let's see. Ed asks, he says he is confused about towing capacity for the Ariya. Non-US says 1,500 kilograms. US specs say 1,500 pounds. That's a big difference. Any ideas? From what I know, the specs should be the same for the European version and American version, but there is a possibility it would be different. But yeah, the difference is way too big to between the two. So that's something that I would have to check on, which I probably will. So thanks for pointing that out. I addressed that. Oh, so one of my viewers in Spain. I didn't know I really had that many viewers in Spain, but offered me and my assistant Michael to show us around. And I'm always kind of careful when people ask me to like kind of meet up. I never know, what kind of trouble I'm getting, but I don't want to name his name because I don't know, he didn't give me permission, but um, awesome dude, moved from LA to here, Madrid, 11 years ago, loves the city, showed us so many amazing places. I think we went to three or four different restaurants. I'm posting those pictures today and tomorrow. So, like I said, Instagram stories is where you can find all of them. So, that was another great perk because, we walked around on our own, and we got some recommendations from people, but somebody showing us around the actual real life where they hang out in the place we don't know. And obviously he speaks Spanish. Like my assistant, he speaks a little bit of Spanish, but obviously this guy speaks fluent both English and Spanish, so that made things much easier. So had an amazing night with them. So really really grateful that I have people who are willing to actually spend some time with me and show us around. So that was a great treat. Arnie is asking, are they going to make the Ari in the US? Well, they're not making it. I think they're still going to make it in Japan, but they're going to sell it in the US. So yes to that question. Um, Chris Bates says, sounds like a great trip. It's already been a great trip, and yet we have one more day. Oh, here's another thing. It was supposed to be raining all this time. So we were kind of like, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't really walk around. It's going to suck. No, it did not rain almost at all. Yeah, the weather was kind of cloudy and whatever, and maybe it just kind of like trickled down just a little bit. But so far we got really lucky. Like I said, look at the pictures, and we've gotten some really amazing places. There was this hotel that has 360 sky bar, and then it has like a little, not even a balcony, like a little square thing that basically is fully, the floor is fully see-through, and people go on there. It's like 27 stories up, and I'm afraid of heights, but I still did it, and then take a picture there. Like, it's like, I'm sure you've seen Instagram pictures like that. So I made fun of all of them by taking a picture of me taking a selfie. And you can see that, I think, yeah, I already posted that. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, we just did so many cool things. Um, all right. Oh yeah, yeah. So Arnie corrects me. There is a Nissan plant in the US. I don't know if they're gonna start making it there right away. I think they're gonna start making it in Japan first, imported, but I may be wrong on that one. So I will stand corrected. By the way, how many likes do we have? I'm because I'm streaming from my laptop. By the way, how's my sound? How's my video? I'm literally streaming out of my hotel room. That's my headboard of my bed. Um, let's see. How many likes do we have? We have 90 people watching and only 36 likes. Guys, come on, let's click on that like button. Normally 200 is our goal, but today, because I just went live at like odd hour and didn't really warn anybody, let's try to get to 100. So we're at 36 right now, 90 for watching, 40. Do I hear 45? Let's get that going. Um, all right, Ed says my sound is fine. That's good to hear. How about my video? I always am worried about the video, though. Internet Wi-Fi here is actually pretty good, and this is a great hotel. I mean, whenever I travel as a journalist or YouTuber, whatever, they always take good care of us, and it's always good food and good clean hotel rooms. I'm a clean freak, so I need like a really clean bathroom, like it was built before I come in. This one actually has a bidet, a weird bidet that shoots water down instead of up. But yeah, I'm maybe it's TMI, but I have had a bidet for like 20 years. Now this one is like old school bidet, where it's actually is a separate toilet looking thing. I have in my house a built-in bidet because it also warms up the seat. That's another thing. I don't understand how people just, I need a warm seat. So anyway, about enough about my booty. But this place is pretty cool. This place is pretty cool. But when you travel internationally, all of the plugs are different, so you have to bring the adapters And it's just like when you travel internationally, like quite a few adjustments you have to make. I usually carry a money belt that just kind of goes like literally in my underwear. And that's where I keep the money and the passport. So if you get robbed, you're probably going to keep whatever is in there. So that's a perk. But one of my friends recently kind of asked me what like she's going abroad for the first time, and she was asking me like what she needs to kind of how she needs to adjust to that. And I had a whole list of things that you do differently. Um, Now we didn't have to take a COVID shot before we got in because um, you just need to be vaccinated to get into Spain. But once we got here, Nissan's protocol was to actually test us on site, which we passed. And tomorrow we're gonna do another a test, that certified test, because it's a day before travel to go back to the United States. So fingers crossed. Otherwise, we're here for another 7 days, I think. Oh yeah, let's see. What are we at? 64. All right, we went from 36 to 64. Let's try to get to 100. And over 107 people watching. Oh, well, there's we're back talking to about my booty again. Best Bavarian says I always install a bidet in all of my toilets. Same thing here. I honestly, guys, I don't understand the whole you know toilet paper usage, and I definitely don't understand sitting on an extremely cold seat. I just don't get it. I don't know why people do it. I mean, forget about the bidet. It's like $20. You can buy a seat that will always be warm for you, day and night. And then I even used to have this thing, which I kind of give up on because you had to change batteries, that a toilet, actually the inside of the bowl lights up at night. So if you go to the bathroom, like with one eye closed, like where to aim. And it's really cool because it glows different colors at night, but it was just too much trouble because you have to change batteries all the time. Yeah. Valerie asks, any new merchandise coming to your shop? I just talked about this to another YouTuber, and we were talking about whether or not it's worth selling merchandise. Honestly, I don't know why anybody would buy merchandise from me, especially. So I have just like the basic stuff that I actually just bought a bunch of my own shirts. Was One just says "Stay charged," which is kind of my thing, right? And another one says let's get some let's take some E. Let's take some E. E is my logo. So I thought it was funny. But other than that, I mean, unless you guys really want some particular one, then I don't know. It's I don't know, selling t-shirts, I guess it's not my thing. All right, first super chat of the day, and that comes from our probably the most regular super chatter, Nate Jones. Thank you so much. $20. Normally I would take the $20 and go to Chipotle, but there are no Chipotles here, so we're gonna have some tapas instead. He said, finally here to super chat when I'm not working. I really enjoyed the videos you've made recently, especially the piece you did about the self-driving trucks. I won't be sticking around tonight, but it's good to say hi. I appreciate it. I probably won't stick around for too long either because it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning and I have one sponsor contract to review and quite a few emails and personal messages to answer. Probably also call my mom. So this is going to be a long night for me. My neighbors are not banging on the wall and no one's calling me from the front desk, so I guess I'm not being too loud. But I appreciate the super chat, Nate. And yeah, are you talking about the Too Simple video? That was a sponsored video by Too Simple, but I went all the way to Tucson, Arizona to check them out myself. I caught up with them at CES and talked to their CEO at that time. But by the time we actually edited the video, he became a board advisor and they got a new CEO. So, that but it's an amazing company, right? Like they are actually have semi trucks right now that have no drivers, no people inside making deliveries, and starting 2 months from now, they're going to do it actually for a paying customer, which is Union Pacific, which is like the largest railroad company in the US. So I mean, these guys are for real, and their trucks. And I rode in one. We did have a safety driver, but he did not touch the wheel in like an hour of us driving. So that definitely was amazing. So thank you. I'm really proud of that video as well. And thank you for $20, 20 American dollars, which is about what, 17 euros. I'm living in euros, and thank God Celsius. Right now, I've never was able to switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius, so all of my cars and my phone and my thermostat at home is all in Celsius. So, whenever I start dating a girl, like one thing she needs to do to date me is start learning what Celsius is, because then you will never be too warm or too cold around me. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's move on to a few others. Um. Uh-huh. Okay. Cybercharged. I don't know why. See, it's my screen is so small. There's so many things going on here that I have problems reading with my old tired eyes. Adjustment in Spain: having lunch time at 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. and dinner at 10 p.m. Adjustment for you. For me, it's not. Because I fast for 16 hours. I usually have my lunch at around 3 p.m., sometimes 4 p.m. And then because I go to bed at like 4 a.m. and get up at 11 a.m., I have my dinner also around 9 or 10 p.m. Now, granted, I am like 8 hours ahead, so my whole day night thing is screwed up, but that's actually my regular schedule. So I'm kind of enjoying it. This weird schedule that I've always had. Um, all right, here's a request. Ed Munoz says, "Can you just make a T-shirt with just the E logo?" Interesting. I guess I could. Yeah, okay. I mean, I could. Um, E4. There's a great merchandise idea from Arnie. I hope I pronounced your name right, by the way. E4 Electric branded bidet for merch. I like that. Yes, the Model S. Uh, Daniel says, I need your help. Do you recommend Model S long range or Lucid Air Touring, the 90,000 cost car? So people ask me questions all the time, including today. What kind of electric car should I buy? And I can never answer that question because it's the same question as like, um, what kind of girl I should marry? I don't know. Do you like brunettes? Do you like blondes? Do you like white girls, Asian girls, black girls, tall girls, small girls? You know what I mean? I don't know. You kind of have to tell me everything about your life for me to recommend. And most importantly, it also depends on your budget, right? That's a big deal. Now, I understand your budget is around $90,000. Here's the thing. I would not recommend anybody buying a Tesla right now simply because they treat their customers like crap from day one, right? You can reserve your Tesla and then they will tell you what the delivery is going to be like, and then you'll get your loan from the bank. You'll sell your previous car, you'll install your charging station, you make all these adjustments in your life especially when you're switching from a gas car. And then even on the day of delivery, they can change it, and they can change it by a lot, right? I mean, just recently they said, oh, by the way, if you don't pay us $12,000 for the full self-driving package, which I think is the most useless thing ever, you will wait 4 months later, as longer than some people who are willing to pay us $12,000. And then the problems begin when you're trying to get customer service. Over an hour wait on hold at their customer service. They don't even greet you, by the way, when you get to their service centers. At least they never greeted me. And I know a lot of people go like, we're just sitting in our cars, nobody comes out, we have to go to them, like they're doing us a favor. Poor communication. You can text them, email them, they won't get back. I mean, they still have parts issues, and I can go on and on and on and on. Just Tesla is not for me. If you like customer service, it's just not for you. If you don't mind being treated like crap as long as you drive a Tesla, but by all means, then I think Model S is, especially if you're looking for performance, then yeah, go with Plaid. I absolutely think yoke. If you get in with Plaid, yoke is extremely dangerous. The way they do it with no stocks, I think, is extremely dangerous for driving. I don't care how good of a driver you are. It's. I'm surprised it was allowed by regulators. On another hand, I like luxury, and Lucid Air is more of a luxurious car. Um, on top of that, obviously the range, it depends. I mean, I know your budget is only $90,000, but it has an option of a longer range. So I can't give you really any advice because I don't know what it is that you appreciate in cars. I appreciate service and almost everything. and a crappy service uh, is a deal breaker for me. So I hope that helps. Here's a good comment, but I disagree with Cybercharged. The girlfriend you date will also depend on the budget. Not true. I actually pride myself in specifically making sure that I do not like spoil financially any girl I date. I don't want to date that kind of women in general, and that's the best way to do it. So it doesn't mean I'm cheap. It's just I'm not going to, be a sugar daddy essentially. But some guys are okay with it. So not gonna lie, that works for some. So cybercharged for me, that's not the case. Uh, Ed Davis says, I wish you luck on the Celsius thing with your girlfriend. I've had no luck with my wife and I've been married for 42 years. Can't get her to use 24-hour clock. I, you know, this shouldn't be a love line, a dating advice from me, a single guy, essentially. So obviously, if you've lasted 42 years with your wife and you're still together, you're the expert here. So whatever, if you have to forfeit the Celsius conversion, I think it's a good deal. Roger M says for $90,000, I'd use it for down payment for an apartment and buy a used Nissan Leaf. You know what, Roger? I'm gonna go with you. I absolutely agree with you. Now, unless you're like multi-millionaire and you already took care of your retirement and there's nothing else you want to buy and you don't care whether it's $90,000, $20,000, or $200,000. My car, my ID4 cost me about $33,000. As a matter of fact, at $430 something a month, it's my highest bill. I don't have any larger bills per month. And even though I definitely can afford, personally, if the price wasn't an object, EQS would be my car. My car is $80,000. I think I think that's a wise decision. But if you make less than, I would say, $500,000 a year, I think spending $90,000 on a car is probably not the best financial decision. So I will agree with Roger. Get a house, get an apartment, invest, and buy yourself a cheaper car. Honestly, when I went from Tesla Model S, I went down to Chevy Volt because I was going full time with my channel and I quit my high paying Silicon Valley job and I had to really tighten up my belt. You know what? My life has not changed at all. The quality of my life did not go down because I was driving a Chevy Volt instead of my $90,000 Tesla Model S. So I would agree with Roger. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Kevin says that's Kevin. This is exactly how I calculate as well. Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 2. Technically, it's 5/9, but close enough, like you said. Gust, he says, Alex, hands down, Tesla is the best EV on the market, especially the Model S, in my opinion. Again, it depends on what do you want. If you want the best performance, for some reason you need to go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, then I guess I would agree with you. If you value customer service and good treatment from the manufacturer, then it's the worst one, right? Also, don't forget, Model S does not have a lot of things that people kind of want and kind of used to. For example, the simple things like the indicators, the blind spot indicators on each mirror, left and right. To me, it's a must-have in a car. Tesla still doesn't have it, I believe. The good text messaging reading back and forth. Tesla only recently implemented it, I think, a couple of years ago, and it's still, from what I understand, is not working that great. Head-up display. Another thing that's kind of really important to me, Tesla doesn't have that option. The night vision camera that displays that on your monitor, so you can actually look at both. That's very important to a lot of people. No deal with Tesla. I can go on and on and on. Like, for example, luxury. If you want to drive in a luxurious car, that usually at $90,000 should do it, Tesla is not a thing. So you know what I mean? This is always a conversation that has no end and probably no winners or losers. Drive the Lightning. My Leaf is all I need. Second generation Leaf is great. So no argument there. By the way, here in Madrid, we've seen all kinds of cars, including ID3 and Zoe, cars that we don't see in America. Tesla is still number one, the number of cars that we've seen, but really close second was i3, BMW i3, almost the same number of i3s as Teslas, and third, Nissan Leaf here for sure, second generation. Have not seen a first generation at all here, but the second generation all over the place, including a taxi that was charging somewhere. Um, Chris Bates says that he saw Lucid Air in the wild, which is pretty cool in Scottsdale. All right. But he would buy the Mercedes EQS. Yeah, I know Mercedes EQS is not a looker, though you can probably modify it, like, tint the windows and wheels and do some things with lights, and it's going to look okay outside, but the inside is just the best car. And it's got a good range, like 400-mile range, and pretty good pickup, more than I think most people would need. Let me catch up with all the comments. Oh my goodness. Here's another comment I probably not going to agree with. Arne says, Alex, it's a question. Is the Tesla supercharger network a reason to buy a Tesla instead of any other EV, battery EV? Not anymore. I mean, I have an ID4. Unlike Tesla, I get 3 years of unlimited charging with Electrify America, and Electrify America has built so many locations now, and they work, I wouldn't say so well, but well enough where I don't hear about any major problems anymore, and I haven't heard of people saying that they can't get to the next location, they run out of juice. Myself, my experience has been pretty good. I would give them a B plus at this point. Tons of locations everywhere, and again, at most I would have to like their app would say, oh, this charger is not working. You would literally have to plug in just another cable from the same charger. That's as much problems I've had with Electrify America in the last year. So no, it's no longer a reason. As a matter of fact, if you do travel a lot, there are quite a few EVs out there with some free Electrify America goodies. I think EV6 has it, Lucid Air has it, ID4 has it, and it's either unlimited or 30-minute session, which is most of the time more than enough. So yeah, it's so the answer is no. And in Europe there's also Ionity and Fastnet and many others. Max Mahaz, sorry, it's just too small for me to read. Any Skoda in US? No, there's no Skodas in the US at all. We've seen a couple of here, but none of them were electric. Gust says there are so many problems with Electrify America. I would say EC plus. Gust, you got to tell me if you're actually Electrify America user, because if you're just a Tesla user who heard things from people like Warren or now or other Tesla fanboys, you're obviously getting wrong information. I mean, I have not heard any major problems with Electrify America in the last year. So, and again, including my own experience. What are we at? 97 likes, 97 thumbs up. How about we get to 100, guys? Don't forget to click on that thumbs up button. So, Gust says Sandy Monroe has the Tesla as the #1 EV. Okay, listen. I disagree with Sandy a lot. That's kind of one of the reasons I have him on my channel. I think he is an amazing guy with a great opinion, especially when it comes to manufacturing, and his opinion should be considered. But I don't agree with it a lot of times, and that's why I like having him on. So I disagree that Tesla is #1 EV, but again, #1 in what? Not in customer service, not in luxury, not in build quality, not in a lot of things. So, again, all about perspective. Alternate Reality says EQS is a halo car, especially with dealers charging $50,000 above retail. Well, that's capitalism for you. But yeah, to me, it's still the best one. That's if money is no object, that's the one I would get. Jose De La Cruz says Ioniq 5 is getting a lot of love. Yeah, I just saw a few of them in the wild, including here at the airport as we were driving from the airport to our hotel here in Madrid. So Ioniq 5. Not a big fan of the way it looks on the outside, but it's a great electric vehicle for a great price. John Irwin says The superchargers have been flawless so far, same as the car. Model Y, it had Model Y for 2 weeks, I'm assuming. Well, 2 weeks is not really a good sample ratio, but I would agree. I mean, Tesla superchargers are the most flawless fast charging network, but don't forget, it's the Tesla charger for a Tesla vehicle, where Electrify America charger has to work with a lot of different vehicles. So they will never be as good as Tesla, just because it's just by the nature of the beast. But like I said, at this point, I say they're good enough where you're really. Oh, and they also have plug and play now. So like, for example, the newer EVs that come out, like Mustang Mach-E, and future software updates with the ID4 and others will get you plug and play as well. Though I gotta tell you, if I have to come out of the car and plug my cable in, the fact that I have to slide one more thing in my app doesn't really bother me that much. Plug and play would be nice, but it's not that big of a deal for me. But yes, Tesla by far has the most flawless network. John says, Alex, I felt really safe at all of the superchargers. Are the other chargers as safe? Oh, you mean like security wise? I mean, I always feel safe, honestly, because I have protection, personal protection, so I'm not really that scared. But overall, yeah, I mean, they're all in the same type of locations, a lot of times right next to superchargers. So I've never had any complaints. One time, I do have to say, I think it was Morro Bay, somewhere near Santa Cruz and Capitola. I ended up charging in this place where there was no reception. So I couldn't initiate my charging, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I had to walk a block, from, it was just cold, right? So I had to walk to the reception and do it. I reported it to them. I hopefully they'll fix it. So that's as big of a security issue I've really had. Philip says, Alex, did you find a girlfriend in Spain, or did one find you? I wasn't really looking, and I have a certain type, and I don't see too many of them here at all. So no, but plus I don't want to date long distance. Honestly, for me, a girl has to be within an hour and a half of driving distance from me. Otherwise, I don't see how it would work for me. So, but no, but I have seen some cute girls around, I have to say. Um, ¿Cómo está Madrid? Says Emmanuel. I think ¿Cómo está is not the correct Spanish here. I think it's some other phrase that they say. They don't say ¿Cómo está here. I've never heard from this person. TB12 is GOAT. This is the most Tesla hate I've heard in a while. Well, first of all, no Tesla hate. I am a realist, right? I just told you they have the best network, right? So hard to call me a hater when I just told you they're the best at something, but they're also worst at other things. They're also best at the 0 to 60 and performance and quarter mile. No question about it. If you never heard anybody say these things, then you probably are living in the echo chamber where you only listen to people who are huge Tesla fanboys. Most of them are invested into Teslas. Most of them have never experienced another electric vehicle. So they're just like, it's just, I call them musketeers, right? Well, Rich Rebuilds calls them musketeers. I just stole it from him, I think with his permission. So yeah, it's just, and honestly, if you even go, like I run a couple of Tesla owner communities on Facebook, if you even go to those, you probably don't even have to go to mine, but you can see how many problems people are having with their deliveries, with their customer service, with their build quality. Not as much lately, but still some issues, and so on and so on and so on. You don't really even need me to say it. But if you never heard anybody say these simple things about Tesla, you're living in a fantasy world of Tesla fanboys. And I hope you come once in a while to our, what I call is reality, and hear that. And by the way, it's okay for one company not to be perfect and not to be the best at everything, right? That's why we live in a world when we have choices. Tesla is best for you. That's great. ID4 is best for me. EQS is best for somebody else, Lucid, and so forth. We have choices. But to assume that one brand is best at everything, I think you're being a fool. Just, whatever company, whatever, like if you think that Volkswagen ID4 is best at everything, you would be a fool, right? They have, like, I'm a huge ID4 fan. I have one myself. but their app is an embarrassment to them. It is the worst app in the world. And also the fact that the Android Auto does not work with them, even though every other brand figured out how to do it. It's pathetic. But again, you can't have perfect, right? So stick around if you want to hear some more reality. But if you don't want to, and if you want to just go back to hearing how amazing Tesla is and everything else sucks, now you know. Warren, what's the other huge fanboy? Galileo, Russell, they will do that all day for you. All right. Arne says, Alex, you're a great YouTuber while abroad, and after midnight, you have a live stream for your followers. That is dedication. Oh, yeah. And it's going to be 2:30 when I end the stream in the morning. And after that, I'm going to work on a contract for a sponsor. Then I'm going to actually answer quite a few emails that I have to catch up with. Then I'm going to work on some graphics and some social media posts for you guys to check out some of the stuff that I'm doing here in Madrid. I'm probably not going to go to bed till about 4 a.m. And honestly, it is. I appreciate it is a dedication, but I would not have it any other way. I don't want to complain how much I work because I love doing it. Honestly, my whole life is about the channel. I play soccer and hockey, and my dating life. That's all. That's my life, and my channel takes up about 90% of my time, 60 to 80 hours a week. Absolutely love it. Not going to have it any other way, but I appreciate you noticing. Chris Bates says, Alex, Tesla build quality is very good today. The Y is rock solid. No. Even Sandy Monroe, one of the biggest Tesla fans out there publicly, will tell you that almost everything that comes out of Fremont factory is not very good, especially their paint shop. He literally said that their paint shop is one of the worst in the world. The paint quality is awful. People have problems with it all the time. But I would agree with you that embarrassing quality control crap that they allowed off of their production line only a few years ago mainly has been fixed. All right. Well, I see a super chat, so that goes on top of the list. And I clicked on the wrong one. From Drive the Lightning, I appreciate $5. That's what, 4.2 euros. Shiba Dog saying good job while raising his thumb up. I don't know if I understand. Is your dog named Shiba and he is a bigger fan of me than you? But I'm gonna assume this was a compliment. Thank you for $5, but I'm not. My brain is also probably gone, so that would be another thing. 123 likes, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't clicked on the thumbs up and you're joining me right now, please don't forget to do that. And meanwhile, by the way, let me quickly remind you that this video is sponsored by Energy Pal. Want to lower your energy bill and make sure that it doesn't go up for years and years as your neighbors pay more and more with annual increases? Well, let Energy custom design a solar solution for your house that will cost you nothing up front. As a matter of fact, you'll get an exclusive $500 gift card when your installation is complete simply for being an E4 Electric viewer by using the link in the description of this video. And I know quite a few of you already either submitted the information for the quote. By the way, they have a new way to contact them. They kind of think it's 4 one-question steps, super easy. So you can check it out. I always put the link in the description of this video. And there are quite a few of you already got the system or in the middle of processing it. So yes, thank you for using them. And I really do think they're really kind of the best out there. And I use them as well. Let's see if Drive the Lightning clarified. Oh yeah, here it is. It was a super sticker. Haha, weird stuff. No idea what I'm doing. That's how I operate. I have no idea what I'm doing either. Philip is asking, did you meet Roman? They're from TFL Car. Yes, as a matter of fact, I think I posted a picture of us talking. He will definitely be featured in my next video on Sunday. This Thursday is still Sandy Munro interview, but on Sunday it's going to be kind of a news roundup, as I always do, and one of the segments will be about, Nissan Ariya, and he will be one of the people talking about it. Then there will be Dan from um, What's Inside, Zach from Jerry Rig Everything, and Tom Malogny. Well, you know Tom. So yes, and I've met him before. He was on my channel. As a matter of fact, he's in one of my most viewed videos of all time, top 20, about Rivian, when I was exposing them for trying to intimidate rich rebuilds in the most unacceptable way. So he was part of that because they also snubbed him out of what should have been his first drive. Since then, I want to say, corrected that, but really, you can't correct that big of a screw up. And I believe my number top 5 most viewed videos I've ever made is the video I made 2 weeks ago about Rivian. You can check it out. It's like 400,000 views right now, something that's ridiculous for my channel. I usually don't get that many views, but I'm glad I did. Lightning Rod. I think if the Chinese could drive cheap coal-powered cars, BEVs wouldn't stand a chance except for the rich people. I mean, yeah, I've a lot of things, like if gasoline wouldn't be polluting, the atmosphere, we would have been a completely different place. Or if we could figure out how to run our cars on potatoes, yeah. But the reality is, electric cars are better, just in general better, with performance and everything, and they're cleaner. By the way, I'm in Madrid all day. All I've been smelling all day is fumes from cars. Okay, people get lung diseases and die from lung cancer all the time, especially in Europe and even in China, and or places like LA and New York, where there's just too much diesel fumes in your lungs all the time. And I'm telling you, I believe it. Madrid is not the first city that I've been to in Europe where it's like, oh my God, you're consistently being poisoned by diesel fumes all the time. So anyway, I can go on and on and on about how electric cars are better, but yeah. Let me pick another. Yeah, so that's one of the actually really cool things that Tesla did, and I think others are copying it right now. Chris Bates says, I love the HEPA filter in my Tesla. It's so dusty and so much pollen, yet my interior stays dust-free. I agree with you. I kind of wish that I had that filter, especially when we have fires in Sacramento, and you can breathe, and that would be a huge lifesaver there, like in some cases, literally. TB12 is GOAT. Only 2 YouTube channels that I blocked are Warren and SM Ryan. I don't know who that is. Now Warren and I are going to have another debate, by the way. I don't want to advertise it. It's going to be on his channel. I think it's Tuesday or whatever. I can look it up. So we're going to have another debate. Don't like the guy. But at the same time, I think it's important to have some sort of a communication and hopefully a conversation, right? Our first debate, I thought, went very well. Our experience with M3 performance and Model Y performance had been exceptional. The best part is not dealing with dealerships. So I got to tell you, I like dealing with my dealership, not at purchase. That was tedious, but the service, right? I can come in and the service department is right there. They're awesome. They email right away. They pick up the phone right away. They have parts in stock. So it's I love it. So to me, dealerships are good because they are service centers, and with enough people and with enough people to answer and take care of you, which Tesla doesn't have. So again, good and bad on both sides. Let's see what else you guys said. Cybercharged is asking, will Tom make some content from the Ariya unveiling? That's great that you, Alex, is making it, but we really want to see Tom. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. You're going to have to ask him, but he will be on my show talking about it. So compromise. Okay. Okay, here's a good question. Philip says, I don't drive my gas car that much anymore. I wonder if what the hell is slowing down EV sales. I will I fill my tank once a month now. What's slowing down EV sales is that they can't make them fast enough because of batteries, because of chips, because of a lot of things. So that's really the um, the reason. William is saying, taking a break from my Electrify America level tech training to join you. I love it. Welcome. It's 2:23 a.m. here, so I'm probably gonna go soon because I have at least one more hour worth of work. We are at 145 likes, so please click on a thumbs up for me. Greetings from China. Hello. China. Where Google is banned and YouTube is banned. I appreciate you using your VPN network. That's what I did when I was in Shanghai and Nanjing. So thank you for watching me. By the way, I wonder, is there somebody in China who like takes my videos, translates them in Chinese, and just throws out there as theirs? Because I'm kind of sure that probably someone's doing that. If so, I'd like to see it. That would be interesting. Me speaking Chinese. William says, I was at Nissan factory yesterday commissioning an ABB charger, and they wouldn't bring out an Ariya to test the charger. I don't know what to tell you. My only guess would be is that they are not fully finalized the software or even hardware. So maybe that's why. There might be some legal stuff that, not everybody signed an NDA or something like that. So can't speak for them, but I get it. Another super chat, and I think that's all I'm going to take. I'm only going to take any super chats that are left. It is from Daniel DeGaston. Cool idea, rent a Frank battery for a road trip. Well, I agree. As a matter of fact, I've always been for the battery swap. Essentially, that's what you're kind of suggesting here, right? I always thought battery swap is a great idea. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, the companies will have to have a bunch of extra batteries, but for consumers, I think it's going to be cheaper. They don't have to worry about the battery degradation, which is one of the biggest concerns. They don't have to carry a big battery all the time when they don't need 80% of it, just dragging along and slowing down and decreasing the range. They can switch to the bigger one when they need to drive further, and therefore pay less for what it was going to be a leased battery. They'll be able to, and most importantly, I forgot the most important thing, they'll be able to charge from 0 to 100 in 3 minutes, because that battery will just be swapped in 3 minutes, where that will probably not be possible with batteries for, I don't know, 10 more years, most likely. So that, I like that. So, and thank you for $2 in super chat. Philip says, great job, Alex. Really enjoy your live streams. I really enjoy doing them, honestly. Like, I'm tired out of my, and I'm also jet lagged, right? Because I'm like switched a bunch of time zones, but I definitely wanted to do this today. It was the only one thing that I needed to do today for you guys, and I'm glad we got to hang out. All right. Well, unless there are any other super chats here, thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. I am going to be back to Sacramento, and we'll do my regular live stream on Tuesday at 1 p.m. I was supposed to do it 1 p.m., but I was out, so I know what is it, 6:30, right? p.m. there in California, much later there in East Coast. But I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys still showing up with a half an hour notice and hanging out with me. I am now going to I have so many things. I have a bunch of post-it notes of all the things I got to do. Thanks for hanging out with me in my bedroom, essentially. in my hotel room, I got one of those lights to point at me, and I got my mic that I brought that weighs, I think, more than anything in my luggage, and my little webcam and my laptop. So I'm glad I did it all just to hang out with you. I appreciate all of the super chats. Turkey Day says that he just showed up and caught it last second. Well, if anything, just clicked on that thumbs up button. We're at 159. We actually almost reached our goal of 200, which I thought was not really achievable with a last second stream. All right, before I start slurring my words even more, I just want to say thanks so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to tune in on Thursday for Sandy Monroe's video, then Sunday for my news video that I will include my Nissan Ariya experience here from Madrid, and then next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific I will be back live back from my studio in Sacramento, California. So thanks for watching me. Thank you for all of the questions and kind words and not so kind words. And oh yeah, so and then I'm going to do the Warren debate. I think it was also going to be like Tuesday. I think we'll figure it out. So thanks so much. Have a great the rest of your day or night wherever you're at. Looking forward to our next hangout. And as always, please remember